your body is the only constant. It'll carry you through your whole life. Take care of it. It's the one thing you can't change, and it's the one thing you'll pay for it. So if you spend 1 hour cleaning your car every week and you're not training, you're crazy, because your car is not staying.
I'm Zofia, and today we are diving into one of the most interesting expat success stories in Tokyo fitness scene. My guest today, Bryce Morel, trainer, entrepreneur, founder of Gravity X, a private gym which you can find in Omotesando here in Tokyo. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
We are hitting the hot season here in Tokyo.
Yes.
How are you dealing with that?
Oh, I'm red all the time.
Perfect. I love it. So there's tons of questions and things I would want to talk to you today, but let's start from the basics.
All right.
Tell me a little bit about you. Where were you born? So the beginning of Bryce.
The beginning of Bryce is in France, in Grenoble. I was born in France, raised in France, but my mom's American, my dad is French.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to live in France, and then as an adult, get to live in New York City, where I became a personal trainer and got hooked in fitness.
Right. So you spent most of your childhood in France. Do you think any of your childhood experiences lead you to become interested in fitness or in sports in
100%.
general? Do you think you were like a sporty kid or more nerdy kid?
I was a sporty kid, but I liked activity on my own. I didn't like team stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's why the work.
Yeah, I liked stuff on my own. So yeah, I was a sporty kid, but France is definitely the beginning of my fitness career, without being the beginning at the same time.
Okay,
so it's a little complicated.
Tell me more about it.
Well, I was raised in France. Had wonderful parents. I was a little brat. So I was a very difficult kid, going through a difficult time. Again, for just the reason that I chose to go through a difficult time. My parents didn't put me through a difficult time. I put them through that difficult time. So it was quite hard on them. And I had this, as a teenager, I was very, very angry. I had quite a lot of pent up anger. And I always felt this kind of imbalance, social imbalance between people. You know, some people are rich, some people are poor, some people have good jobs, some people have horrible jobs. And I was always very, very angry at everything. So I was angry at everyone and everything that was working well.
Okay.
And my parents didn't know what to do. I got kicked out of school when I was 15. Then I went to a a technical school.
Right.
You know, then some mechanic and stuff like this. Just randomly strolling through life, basically, with no purpose. Up until 18, so unfortunately in France, they had this law: you couldn't join a gym before you were 18.
Seriously?
Yes, you couldn't join the gym before you were 18. So it was a thing. When I turned 18, my father got me a gym membership.
All right.
So because I was always active at eSports, so I was not against going to a gym, but that was a big surprise. So I started going to the gym, and I got to the gym, and the weights were heavy, no matter who you were.
Right.
So
I see your angle.
I started seeing people differently. You know, you had this doctor, and well, the bar was heavy. You had this construction worker, and the bar was heavy. It was almost the great equalizer. And on top of it, gym culture in France was very niche. So people were very protective of anyone who was getting into it. So it was an incredible time where you'd walk into a gym, you knew nothing, and one of the old schoolers over there would say, "Hey, don't do it like this. Let me show you how to do it better. You hurt yourself." And you know, I was pretty dumb, so I took some advice and didn't take some that I should have taken. You know, but it is that I ended up bonding with people who were completely out of my circle, my social circle, and it really didn't matter. And it actually kind of reshaped my vision my social vision. And I became quite social from this experience. And then I moved to Montpellier. So after this, I decided to take my high school diploma, which I didn't get because I got kicked out. So I got my high school diploma, one of those like adult high school diploma thing, and then I went to university in Montpellier. But all this was from entering a gym and being called out, because again, that was a small community. It was pretty hardcore, and some of the OGs over there were ready to smack me back in place, and it worked. It worked because people called me out, and I tightened my ship, basically.
Amazing, amazing. I like how you say that being part of the gym community help you to change your perspective on the society and people in general. I never see that from that perspective, that the weight is equal for everyone. That's very interesting angle for me to see. I think it's same, like typically when we think about that we have equal everything, the first thing people will say is the time.
Yes.
So no matter you're rich or you're poor or you're healthy or sick, we all only have 24 hours.
Exactly.
But it's kind of feels like a little bit similar in the concept. No matter what you are, the 10 cages is the same 10 cages for you and for me.
Yeah, it's physics.
Amazing.
Physics is the same for everyone.
Right.
Time and gravity is...
Is
we
that
all
why
share
you
it.
call your gym also gravity?
You know what? I wish, now that you put it there.
Right? That just came to my mind. Like,
holy
wow.
moly, I wish I came up with that, but no.
Let's say from now that's how you came up with the story.
This is what it should have been.
Right?
Gravity, the great equalizer.
Wow.
Holy moly. Well,
now
it was meant to be.
How you made the name.
Because how I made the name was pretty lame. I Googled every name that was available, and I found that gravity was ticking. So
now I feel it was destined for you.
Yeah, and so I called it Gravity X. The idea behind Gravity X is that it kind of sounds cool. When I started my company, I figured maybe I'll do some other stuff with it, like clothes and all that, which I didn't. So something like GX would make a cool logo. So that's the only reason I called it Gravity X. But
now we got the very, very
now we say this
deep philosophical meaning. You free to use it.
Yeah, I will.
Cool. So going back to your this first time when you got into the gym community, another one point I really like in what you were talking is that people are supporting each other. Do you think that if you didn't get into that community, your life would be totally different at this moment?
I think I'd be a construction worker, or I'd definitely be doing something which is fine, but it wouldn't be my calling. You know, I did a lot of construction back then, and it was great. It's a good job. It just wasn't my calling. But I feel like before the gym, I was believing that my path was set as that would be my life. Some life as just a worker. I'd be a worker, and that's it, and get through life with that in mind.
So. I think it's safe to say that it opened new opportunities for you?
It did. It opened new opportunity in the sense that my power is being able to relate to people with different social background. And I think I've had it before, but I wasn't exploiting it because I was angry. And I have this power to be able to gather people from completely different background. Hence my gym, I have people from embassies, I have doctors, I have it all, and I can relate to all of them. That's why they feel comfortable at my gym. So I think it definitely did shape that up.
What do you think makes you be able to be kind of related to all of them at the same time see them as a people, not as their status?
So I think part of my anger when I was young is I actually have a very big empathy, and which created anger, because when I saw disadvantaged people and stuff like this, I believed that was the means of the world, and that's where things were going. So I think my empathy was my weakness then, and my strength now. I can put myself in people's shoes.
Right.
I am not necessarily. I don't see people anymore for what they do. I had a couple of celebrities come to my gym. I can't say their name, but I had some pretty big celebrities come in my name. But I never come in my gym. Never really treated them as
Right.
the celebrity. They just, to me, because they're in the gym, in the context of the gym, I can have a CFO from one of the most powerful company, and he's just a guy who's struggling to lift a bar.
Right,
That's
right.
it. He
I love it.
sweats. He looks nasty at the end. Just nothing glorious, except the will to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to your story, but I also like that now you pick up this topic. I'm also very, very interested about the will to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are into, you know, the fitness and workout and healthy lifestyle, but I think it's safe to say that majority of us,
Yeah.
including myself, quite fail quite
Yes.
miserably.
Yes.
How do you motivate your people?
Um,
And how do you motivate yourself?
well, motivating myself is the easy part because I kind of locked myself in it.
Okay.
Since it's my job, I have
Right.
no choice.
Okay.
But the truth is, and for some people enjoy the process, and I enjoy on some level the process, but at the same time, to me, the way it worked and the way I try to tell my clients, because a lot of people just don't like it. They don't plain like it, and that's understandable. But I try to teach them is, listen, this is something you do not for the joy, but for the fact that it will make you live a better life. Is the most important investment that you can ever make. Because, and I'm sure we'll come back on this, but to give you an example, is I started this gym and it's doing great. Let's say I'm not a trainer, I'm just the boss, and I never take care of my health. And the gym really picks up, and when I'm 45, the gym's doing great. My health goes down the drain. I can't really walk around. I get tired after 30 minutes. Here's me having a success that, frankly, I can't enjoy.
Right.
And I'd be better off having a regular job that pays the bills and be able to take a walk in the mountains on the weekend. And I find people like it's almost like we've been kind of warped into this idea like, oh, get this car, it's nice, but make sure you clean it every month, make sure you change the oil. We worry so much about belongings that are temporary. And we let go our bodies, which essentially carry us from zero to the end, right? And so I try to teach that to my client, that like this is your real life. You know, it's kind of like if you go brushing your teeth in the morning, you wake up. You don't wake up, it's like, I can't wait to brush my teeth.
No.
Great, let me brush my teeth. You do it because you want to have decent teeth, you don't want to have pain, and you want to go through life better.
Yep.
Working out is the same as brushing your teeth. It takes just longer. That's it. But you do it twice a week, 1 hour, your life will be essentially probably 200% better in the future than it would be if you didn't work out.
I think like when any person starts their journey in the fitness, that's their goal, right?
Yes.
Like they got some idea why they wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I think to some level, all of us understand that, yeah, we definitely need to.
Yeah.
There's only pluses.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, like maybe I feel like a lot of people are waiting for some other motivator or something.
Yeah.
Do you think that being a personal trainer to the person, it kind of fulfills that role for them? So sort of you are functioning as in a way, their motivator.
I'm a
They
therapist.
kind of have to come and deal with you twice a week or something.
The truth is, my job is more therapy than personal training.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Personal training is standard. You know, somebody has weak glutes, tight hamstring. You stretch and you strengthen the glutes. It's very basic. It's not rocket science. You know, as much as they want to make it like it looks like rocket science, it's not. It's pretty basic, and most people will only need basic stuff. You have professional athletes, that's one thing, but for most people, it's basic. So yes, I think I'm a therapist first because I need to, gather people's mind, and people do lose the target. And I think we live in a society where everything is, I give this, I get that. And the problem with fitness is that I sell you a dream. I sell you a tangible dream. I'm like, hey, if you work out really hard for 1 year, you potentially will look a little better next year, right? It's a hard sell because the truth is it's a life process. It's not, okay, I'm going to work hard for 1 year and then I'm done. It's like, okay, I'm going to work out for 1 year and then I'm just going to keep going for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, it's a very hard sell, and that's why most people will not go there because there's not enough tangible reward for it. You only see the reward years later, in a way, if you really want that complete change, and most people are not willing to go through that. But again, it's misguided. It's really misguided, and we do it for other stuff. Study hard so you can get a good job, work hard so you can get a promotion. So we have this ability, but the problem, because there's always that visible carrot at the end. Right. Whereas the fitness is completely invisible. And there's setbacks in fitness. I mean, just like in life, there's setback in fitness. Oh, I hurt my shoulder, so now I have to step back a little bit from it, but you don't stop. People tend to find that thing, oh, that's it, I hurt my shoulder, I'm done. Right? Whereas you work around it, you do other stuff. But I think for most people, the concept is very hard to grasp.
Yeah. Do you think with the era of social media where now people are seeing more good examples of what will happen after the consistency? Like we can see 80-year-old person still weightlifting. Do you think that will kind of help a little bit to motivate people, like in general?
It does. So social media has two faces to the fitness, unfortunately. There's the face of, hey, of love, of people who's like, hey, we'll start from somewhere, we're all in this together. And there's a lot. Recently, the thing is about when you create content, you always have to one up. You always have to do a little better. It's like a Michael Bay movie, more explosion on the next one. And the thing is, what I notice is that a big part of the fitness industry has become a little bit toxic on social media because people are not very honest about what they do to achieve the looks they have.
Right.
Also, there's a lot of fake talk, as in like, hey, I work out twice a day, 7 days a week, I never stop. If you don't do it, you're not a man.
Yeah, I know.
They don't work out 7 days a week, twice a week. No, they
No
don't.
way.
They don't. They claim it, but that doesn't mean they do it. But they have to bring to that new extreme. Oh, I do this more than the other, so watch me because I'm doing more than he is. And I think it becomes a little toxic, and it's kind of like we got to this point where social media was bringing people in the right way, and now it's turning people off in the sense like, well, clearly I'm a piece of crap because I can't handle twice a day, 7 days a week. I'm so tired. Also I have a full-time job. These guys that promote you, it's like that's all they do.
Exactly.
Like for me, it's like if I tell my client, oh, you can work out 6 days a week, no problem. What's wrong with you? Well, they have to come to the gym. I happen to already be in it.
Yeah, right.
And by the way, I train 4 or 5 times a week. I'm not going to do more. I don't need to.
Right.
And so I think social media has two sides, and one side I find it quite toxic and dangerous is a harsh word. Now I'm doing what they do, like but it's not great. I think it's setting people up for failure.
One thing I notice a lot with social media, and we also work a lot with different clients, and we help them to, build healthy social media content for them. There's a lot of content which people follow without proving, without double checking.
Yes.
So there's a lot of misinformation in general. I don't care if this person tells me he works out 10 times a day.
Yeah.
It's their freedom. Maybe they do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But they might tell me something which may be totally fake information, which is
It
not
could
based
very
on
well be.
anything.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that part is a little bit even more scarier.
Yes.
Much scarier, because like if younger people will watch that content, like teenagers,
Yes.
they will like, somebody might say, I don't know, like I'm just gonna give like crazy example, like milk is bad for your health.
Yes.
So they will say, okay, this guy said,
It's
or
bad.
girl said milk is bad. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna drink milk anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that negativity and that scary part is actually growing a lot in social media. I agree with you on that. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with this, and I hate the idea of monitoring social media because it also goes down to a dangerous road. But that would be political. So
Yeah.
Maybe in some way there was a way that if anyone makes any claim on diet, that they would have to somewhat prove the thing before the video is approved, like like it has actual research behind it, or just quote the research. And it's like, this is the research I read, because sometimes research is also wrong.
Yeah,
we've seen it all the time. Are eggs good for you? Are they not good for you? It keeps going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes research is wrong, and that's completely fine. That's how we do it. But if you are to make a claim, I think it should be like, hey, don't drink milk because those researchers have discovered this and this and this. Right. Well, it might be wrong.
Yeah.
And then later on, prime is only retraction. People won't retract. The news is gone. It's all news. But that would be a system to...
I think that's a good angle, because in general, for example, we are in Japan now, so Japan has very strict guidelines.
Yes.
How you can communicate for cosmetic products.
Yes.
For self-medication products, for supplements, dietary products.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, it doesn't seem that it's very strictly implemented when it goes to personal people content.
No.
So that's where all the mess is getting bored. But I think at the end of the day, the decision is at the person.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part of it.
It is.
At the end of the day, you have to be sure that... So whoever is watching our podcast, guys, please always make sure that you double check anything you hear about on any social media or anything online, or when you chat with AI, we always need to confirm the facts.
Yes.
And always make decision for yourself. Don't follow someone's advice blindly. That's the scariest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but let's go back to your French time. So after you finished your university, you decided to move to US.
Yes.
Was there any trigger behind it? Like, why did you pick
New York?
New York in particular? Don't tell me like, yay, I want to go to New York. It's the most fancy place to go.
I mean, I was always...
That's also okay.
I was attracted to New York. I was watching the show Friends. It looked cool.
Right.
It's not like Friends.
It's not, right?
It's definitely not. So I moved to New York with very little plan. But again, once again, the intervention of my father, who, as hard time as I give him young, always kind of knew how to guide me in the best way possible. So I kept talking, one day I'm going to go to New York. One day I'm going to go to New York. But I moved to the south of France in Montpellier, and it is a high quality of life. It's by the beach. You party at night, you work in the morning, you sleep in the afternoon, you party at night. I did that for 3 years. So until 23, I was in France, like basically partying. And so my dad was like, hey, I booked you some tickets to New York.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love your dad already.
One-way trip.
Just
Let's
go. That's nice.
It wasn't one way. It was a round trip with the next trip in like 6 months or something like that. So that way, I didn't have much money. Sold my car, got rid of a lot of stuff, and went to New York. I forget. I had maybe I don't know, but very little money.
Right.
And this is New York City. We go from French salary, part-time salary, to New York City.
New York.
You can imagine
Prices.
how much money I had. So when it came to move in an apartment, so I stayed at a youth hostel. But you can only stay 2 weeks, right? So after 2 weeks, it's like, well, I'm trying to get an apartment, but don't have the money for it. So I lived 6 months in the street of New York.
For real?
For real. I always find ways, like people would help out. It's like, oh, there's this storage room you can stay at night as long as you leave by 5, stuff like this, you know. So I always find ways to like, I had a roof over my head, but it was really rough, you know, boiler rooms, basements and stuff like that. Some conditions were sometimes pretty hardcore. I was young and I went just before the summer, so most of it was within a time frame that wasn't dangerous for me. And like I said, in New York, people, once you get to know people, they actually are very stand up. They'll help out someone. And so I've always had help from people in New York. So like I said, I was safe, you know, just shitty condition. Bad conditions. And then eventually I got enough money to get my apartment, moved to Harlem. And that's after. So I still didn't have the plan to go into fitness. I just is the one that thing. I was looking for jobs, and I have this free trial at the place called New York Sports Club.
Okay.
And they give me this free trial, right? And so I go because I want to work out.
Right.
And then I'm at the gym and I meet people. And again, it was still at a time where gym was this kind of like people would push each other. And I would ask people, you know, I'd work out and can you give me a spot? And then we'd talk. It's like, hey, I'm looking for jobs. So if you got anything, because I was doing like a million jobs in New York, painting boats and stuff like this. And, and then this guy, we were training and he goes, dude, you should be a trainer. And I came from France, which France was very square. It's like, you want to sell car, go to car sales school. You want to, you know, anything you do, it has to be the exact path of what you studied for.
Right.
Back then. I'm sure it has changed a lot. I haven't been there, but it looks like it's changed a lot. But back then it was very square. And so in my mind, I was like, well, how could I? I didn't go to fitness school.
Fitness school, right.
Which in France you do. You didn't, it was, I forget what it's called, the diploma. It's like 2-3 years to get it. And he was like, oh, it's no problem. You start and then they'll train you as you go. Okay. So I meet this manager that he knows. And the guy goes, yeah, I'll hire you. Just improve your English within a month. Because my English wasn't that good, actually.
Okay.
Because I was born with English, but then didn't practice it again. Rebel phase. My mom spoke to me in English, but I replied in French because as soon as I had friends who were French. I was like, that's it. I speak only French. But he gave me a chance. New York Sports Club, 86th Street. Charlie, his name was, great guy, and then that started it. That started the personal training phase. Yeah.
So you became you got into this personal training path quite early in your career, right?
Yes.
So basically, it's kind of safe to say like that's your core career path.
That's my core, like 20 years ago, basically.
Yeah, like so from 23.
Yeah.
And then once you started actually being a personal trainer in New York, what was the gap between how you imagined it will be and how it was actually once you started doing it?
It was awesome. Personal training in New York was awesome. Super laid back, super chill. You have all your trainer friends. You know, the hours can be rough if you're willing to work because, you know, people ask for 5, 6 a.m., but then people also ask for evenings. So, but, you know, I was young. It didn't matter. You sleep during the day here and there, you know. But for the most part, it was a great experience. You have all your friends, your trainer friends, and you know, you train together and you trash talk about your clients, like, oh man, this dude, you know, like it's fun, you know, it's all in good fun. It was a great experience, to be honest. I loved working there. I met the most incredible people, and again, New Yorkers, trainers were some of them, you know, would call me out if I needed to be called out. Again, it's this environment where people want you to thrive. It's almost like the saying, you know, like people who don't care will tell you what you want to hear, and people who care will tell you what you don't want to hear.
I agree. Yeah.
And that's how they were. And so some people can handle that, and some people can't. And for me, I was very grateful that people were like, listen, you're not being professional. You need to be more serious. You need to, calling me out was and made me grow, because I needed to do a lot of growing.
Right. Careful.
break your break your
I mean, break your wall is fine. Please don't break your hand. Did you feel any gap for your knowledge in terms of knowledge? Did you feel like you have to learn a lot of things when you started?
At first, yes, I did have that kind of like imposter syndrome, which is funny because I never stopped having it.
Okay.
It's but I believe that if you care, you will always in some way have it. Because I'm a personal trainer. Most personal trainer like me, the education is fairly minimal. The experience is a lot, though.
Of course.
So my experience, but like sometimes I feel like some client comes with this thing that goes beyond my knowledge, and I'm comfortable saying, hey, listen, this is not something I can help you with.
Right.
I think you should see a professional. But I think a lot of people have a hard time with that. But even when I do say that, I feel like there's a bit of a defeat. Like I really can't help you. I don't know what's wrong with your knee. We tried everything, and it's not doing anything. So
I think that's amazing. Like, because I feel like a lot of people will still try to kind of not fake it till you make it, but
yes,
they will try to pretend that there's still more things they can do.
Yes.
But if you have this, I would say almost courage to say that, hey,
yeah,
I'm done. I don't know what to do with you. You have to go to the doctor or something,
I think I come from also the fact that I have a very big clientele who trust me a lot, and I am not in need. So it's a lot easier to say, hey, go to your doctor. If he tells you not to train with me for a couple of weeks up to a couple of months, I don't feel like, oh my God, I'm losing all that money. I'm losing that client. Yeah. I have enough business that if it's not the person I'm training, I'm training someone else.
Right. So you have this kind of like a safety net for
yourself. It's easier for me, way, right. Which I love, because I would hate myself if I try to, okay, let me keep doing squat with this guy. Surely his knee will eventually pick up, right? So, but it comes from a place of luxury. The luxury that I have is that I'm not in need. So I can't criticize someone who, tries his best to push through because he's got bill to pay.
But I think we also can say that because you are very honest, I think one of the reasons why you accumulate this luxury for yourself is because from the beginning you're very honest with your clients. So they trust you. Yeah. So you have the luxury to have a lot of them. And so you kind of create your own safety net by yourself.
Exactly.
Being very, very honest.
Exactly. And again, that comes from the education from my friends in New York. The people who took me in and guided me the right way. So that honesty was built in New York. And it pays off. Yeah. It pays off.
Do you think, was there any... Now, obviously, we're in Tokyo and not in New York. Yeah. And based on what I hear, you really loved your time in New York.
Amazing.
Why Tokyo?
So I was in New York and I was dating a Japanese woman. And she eventually had to go back to Japan. I, on the other hand, had like... I was helping with like people who worked in fashion in New York, Japanese, and they were doing orders and all that, and so I had the opportunity to work as a buyer. Okay. And to come to Japan, right? Which wasn't my cup of tea at all. It wasn't my cup of tea, and all I wanted is to go back to New York.
After you came to Japan.
After I came to Japan. Right. I did not fall in love in Japan like people do. Right. It actually took me time to fall in love with Japan. Because it was such a drastic change. Like I said, I'm someone very, very social. And I had to learn not to be.
Tell me more about that part.
Well, it's Tokyo. People like to be left alone. You don't interact with people randomly. You don't butt in. to
Right. Yeah,
to
I know.
a train conversation.
I got what you mean now. Yeah.
And for me, having the New York experience where people interact with each other with no shyness, I don't know if it's the case now, but at least back then, it was a harsh change. It was a harsh change. So I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I worked in fashion, which I liked and disliked. I liked the trips. I didn't like the job. But after a year, I came to really appreciate Japan. The problem is people's experience of Japan is Tokyo. You know, when you're a foreigner, where else are you going to work?
Right.
90% of us, Tokyo. And so I didn't get to see how much Japan has to offer. And after a year, when I'm more settled down, I can see a little more of Japan. And then that's when I enjoy Japan a lot more. But yeah.
So Japan kind of grew on you.
It grew on me, but it was never on my radar, and it's not something I fell in love right away. But then I didn't like working in fashion. But observing Japan, that was a long time ago, mind you, I was like, well, fitness is not really established, but like everywhere in the world, it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be.
Right.
So I figured maybe I can pull all my money and open like a small studio here. Huge mistake.
Okay. All right.
I was broke.
So now we're going to the next
I was broke,
phase.
and business was difficult.
Difficult.
Because again, it was not a very common business.
Right. That time, the
Yes.
private gym
Yes.
wasn't a thing yet in Japan.
Yeah, and
All right.
I was a foreigner with no background. I wasn't with that girl anymore, so getting a place to rent, like I could only get like a really, really crappy place, like it was a huge mistake. But I learned so much through it. So down the line, it worked out very well for me.
Right. Tell us a little bit more about your learnings with your first trial on a gym.
Well, first of all, don't rent a crappy place.
Okay, that's a legitimate one.
Like it was very difficult. It was far from everything. Getting clients in there was super hard. And it was an awkward environment because I was aware of how bad that gym looked.
Okay.
And training someone in this environment that you're like, I'm very ill equipped. I wish I could give him another exercise. And that's when you get the real imposter. Shall we tell her? Have we gone? All right. So yeah, like working environment where the equipment wasn't ideal really gave me that imposter feeling,
So you're back to that feeling again.
Yeah, big time, because I know that they could get a better workout with better equipment, because it does affect some way, if you yes, there's tons of things you can do, you can be creative, but equipment does help a little bit. So you need the minimum.
Right.
But all my money was brought back to buying this new piece of equipment, right? And this new piece of equipment, little by little, I built it, and eventually was able to do well and to move out of this location and then go to a much better location and make a much better proper gym.
Right.
And that's when I was very happy to now be in a place where people would thrive a little more from my training, but also from the equipment that I make available to them.
And I think, like you mentioned it a little bit, location is definitely one of the key factors. In Tokyo in general, people are very pro convenience. So you have to be where you people want you to be, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a funny thing. We actually also tell this a lot of our marketing clients. Like, you have to be where your audience is. So I think in that sense, it's pretty much similar.
Yeah.
You have to be located where you people will be willing to come to work with you. But I think I know that Omotesando, everybody knows that Omotesando is like super premium location.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to assume that it's prime cost-wise as well. So how did you deal with that issue?
Well, I was broke again.
I love it.
My stories goes do well, get broke, do well, get broke, do well, get broke. So hopefully I'm done with that.
Okay, that's good.
But at the same time, it's the human experience, right? It's fun. But yeah, I moved location, and you can imagine my rent was 10 times what it used to
Yeah,
be.
for sure. Yeah.
And with the clientele and the hope to create more clientele. Now I had enough clientele that I did calculate, like I will be able to get by, but it was counting pennies, on this case yens. Right? I was counting yens. I was like, oh, at the end of the month, I'm gonna need this, and I have a couple of red envelopes. Like, you need to pay your electricity bill, blah blah.
Right.
So it actually was a little tough, but nothing I couldn't handle.
So once you decided to like move to the better environment, was it easy to find the location? Did you fall in love with the place right away, or how
I had a very good.
Walk me through the process.
Well, I had a very good friend and who helped me out with this gym, and he's now a business partner. And he had this ability to find great places and charm landlords.
Right.
Because again, as a foreigner, I'm not married. I don't really have a status. I'm independent in a way. I have my own company. Most landlords like, no. You're not coming close
even
to my...
after like these many years in Japan.
Oh yes, it doesn't matter, because so because of this, the fact that he was able to convince the landlord to give me a chance and to get this, because I mean you know where it is. It's a prime location, and I don't think it's that easy for foreigners to get, even with status. And I had very little status. I came from this broke gym to this gym. But he managed, he helped me out. We both invested in it, and it helped a lot. Maybe when we come to advice, that's one of them, like, don't do it alone.
That's good. I like that one.
Don't do it alone. It's unless you're working online. I don't know. I don't ever worked online, but alone is harsh, and the mental heaviness of it is also harsh. Because, there's no one to vent with. Oh, things are bad. Well, who am I going to tell? Nobody understands. So that's one of the advice. Don't do it alone. Also, what I should have done in the previous gym, an advice is do a little bit of market research. I went, but like head first. Like I do everything. Unfortunately, that's me. I was good head first in everything. That's how I moved to the south of France. That's how I moved to New York. It's always head first. And it always cost me at the beginning and works later. I wouldn't do head first again.
Okay, so you're down with head first.
I think I'm at an age where I'm a little tired of it.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned about like don't do it alone, because I see that in Japan they kind of beautify entrepreneurship, but it's always a solo play game. So
is it though?
In Japan, that's how they.
That's how they portray,
like how they portray.
I don't think it is.
And I'm also opposite of that. Like I run this agency. I'm also doing it with my business partner. From the beginning, I never wanted to do it alone.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few reasons for that. One is exactly like yours. I need someone to talk about things.
Yeah.
Like I cannot decide everything for myself. It will be very hard.
And you'll most likely, sometimes you need balance. You need someone who thinks differently than you.
Exactly.
Because it's not only one way.
Right.
So the more people think on it, the better it is.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, but that's why one of the things always fascinate me in Japan is they always portray like entrepreneur is a solo person who is like so motivated, like I'm gonna change the world.
That needs to be proven.
Yeah.
Maybe
some people can. Yeah.
Yeah, some people can. I think a lot of people glamorize the, a little bit. The story changes, I think. Yeah. You had someone who invested in you, and that's a big part. Investment is a big part.
That means someone is supporting you.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, see, I did it all by myself. So, well, except for this guy who invested half of it.
Right.
Because, for example, for my business partner, he invested half of it. And it's a half that, frankly, coming to this location, if his half wasn't there, and because he took a chance with his money on me, exactly. If it wasn't there, there's no way I would have got that place, and I wouldn't be here where I am.
Right.
So I'm not gonna, on paper, I am the owner of GravityX, but I will not do the dishonesty of saying like, oh, they're self-made men. I did it by myself. Yeah. The first gym I did by myself didn't work. So
that's good experience. Yeah, I think I'm definitely pro partnerships in a business or
Yeah.
in any endeavor you're doing in life.
Yeah.
But always partnerships on the other side might it comes with a price a little bit, I
It
think.
does.
So of course, there's always going to be some conflicts, like your ideas don't match.
Of course.
What would you say is in your business partnership? What are the keys for you guys to keep on running, and how do you deal with any conflicts which arise?
Well,
Do you fight each other? I don't know.
it was not always peachy. I think with time we were able to understand that, you know, we both had strengths and weaknesses. And again, like I said, I was able to learn that I'm not perfect, and so I'm always allowing myself to recognize it. And I think what came to the first year was tough, and after that it's like, well, you go with fitness, you go with people, you do that. You great with legal, you great with you know, finding like the market on that, you do that. So and now we have this understanding when it comes to the trainers, are they like the trainers that work there, are they good, are they not good? At the end of the day, it's my decision. But for example, he will meet the trainer, is like, okay, yes, okay, he's good, but he's not gonna be a good worker. I can tell his behavior, blah blah, because he's good at reading those things, and I'm good at analyzing the fitness profile of the person. And so it ended up being like this. It's like, you're in charge of this, and it was never really agreed on, but it just naturally became that. Maybe I was lucky, but it naturally came to, okay, with the fitness part, you take care of it. I don't think about it anymore. The legal part with the issues with landlord and stuff like this, you deal with it. It's your strength, and I don't question it.
That's good. So you have this mutual division of unspoken division of tasks between you guys, and it worked out in a way that it compensates your partnership. Do you guys ever, I don't know if it's like a man or female, but do you ever get into conflicts, like on some basis, and how would you like overcome any conflict between you?
I mean, discussion, a lot of discussion is the way we overcome. But I think I think now it kind of runs on automatic.
That's good.
So we don't really, you know, I'm taking care of the fitness, he's taking care of the rest, and that's
good. I like it.
It's not. We don't really come. You know, obviously we disagree. Oh, we should spend this much on this, and you know, for example, he's a very business oriented, and I'm very human oriented. I want to pay people more. And he wants to pay people less. So we have to find a middle ground. And the truth is, when I was on my own, I tend to pay people more, which hurt me at the end because I was the one putting my neck. And then I was giving almost everything to those trainers who did nothing but show up. And so he rebalanced me in that way. He had to, and many times, because I know it's my weakness, when it comes to negotiation and all that, I will stay away from it because I can't do it. I'm terrible.
That's good. I mean, I think there's 2 points. One is you guys managed to automate. That's fantastic. And another one is you trust each other 100% on like whatever person makes decision. You trust that choice 100%. I think that's fantastic. And I think that's very important for any business partnership whatsoever. Another topic I wanted to talk is you mentioned that you are also working with other trainers, right? So how hard it is in Japan to actually do the hiring process? Like how do you guys look for your trainers? Is it easy, hard? Like, is there any secret for you to find them? Like, I think that would be a very interesting thing.
I mean, it seems to be a secret because I can't find them.
Okay.
I find some, but it never really works out. It's an industry that attracts a lot of people who want to have it easy.
Okay. I think, I see what you mean.
I've worked with many people, and I still currently work with some people, but I would say in the fitness industry is particularly hard if you are on the hiring end. So we stop hiring. We're independent.
Okay.
but we help them get clients and stuff like this, and we
I
get a
see what you mean.
commission.
Right, right, right.
Because hiring was a nightmare. It cost more than they would bring. You know, after 3 months, they're not good at it. They want to do something else. So hiring was actually brutally eye-opening on the fitness industry in Japan as it is right now. It's hard to find reliable people. Unfortunately, that was my biggest wall, I would say, now with this new gym, is reliable people don't come easy. You know, and maybe I ask too much. You know, but I think a lot of people go into personal training thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go there, I chat with people, I tell them what to do, I get money and they leave, which is essentially this. But what they don't realize, again, you need to have empathy, you need to be a therapist, you need to work difficult hours because people work before and after work,
Right,
people
right,
are busy. So, you know, when I didn't really have this pride in New York, people understood that, hey, early morning is where we get the fish.
Right.
But in Japan, it's like, hey, you have a client who wants to come on 7. Are you crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Are you crazy? 7? And so I couldn't get people to train in the morning. And my peak hours is from 6 to 9. Like, those are always full.
Right.
And I can't give those to trainers because they want to start at 9. Right? So, and then it's like, oh, I don't have enough clients. Yeah, because the hours you give me, people go to work.
How they're
So they can
supposed to
afford
come,
you.
right? Exactly.
You know? So it was always prime. People were not willing to work as much as they thought they did. Once they realized it was hard, they backed down like crazy.
So do you think that a lot of people who are not experienced as a like in the fitness industry, they kind of beautify it? And,
Absolutely.
Right. So there's a big gap between the reality.
But I think it's a great job. You really literally tell people what to do for money.
Right.
Just have to do it at hours that are not super convenient. But in the middle of the day, you have so much free time most of the time. Most trainers have free time, but you know, it's like, oh, I work from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. No, correction. You work from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then you started work again from 4 to 8.
Right, right.
You had a normal day, just split in 2.
Right.
It's not great socially. Like, you know, at night, you know, oh, let's go out and have drinks. Like, well, I got to wake up at 5 tomorrow. You know, can't do it. But it's still an easy job. That pays very well.
Right.
With a very minimal amount of education.
And still people cannot,
you know, like
stick to it.
Usually for the salary they make, you need to do many years of studying.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Let's be honest. Trainers, it's, you know, you take your diploma. Okay, if you're on the slow side, they'll take you 3 months.
On the slow side, 3 months.
Yeah, if you want to do it fast, you can do it within a month, depending that you can take your exam fast.
Right.
But it's not that intense. The big part of being a personal trainer is being able to rally troops, to rally minds, to hey, let's do that thing you hate.
Right, right.
That's it. That's the big part, and and the experience is great. Having the experience is one of the biggest tools you have. You have worked with hundreds of people. You know, oh, I know how to motivate someone who always makes excuses. I know to motivate someone who's been injured. You know, someone who just got a divorce. You know, and think life is over now.
Right.
You know, the experience is great. The empathy is important. Yeah, you know, be a therapist. You basically are a therapist.
Now that you mentioned that it's very hard to, you know, hire people, have you guys ever thought about like expanding your brand, maybe opening new branches, or you are very like?
I am happy
not
with
really
what I
interested.
do now.
Okay.
I'm happy with what I do. Truth is, I plan to go to Europe.
Okay.
I just like the social aspect. I never really liked the business aspect. And I realized over the years, over doing this for so long, that in a way, the business is not the gym. The business is me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a great business. And I had this idea that I need to open a gym for this and for that. And the truth is, I can make very good money not opening a gym and do what I do.
Right, right.
You know, and have a great time and a lot less stress. Because, you know, I see all those independent trainers, you know, they rent gyms. Most people rent gym, including my gym. You know, you have to pay the gym and then that's it. Your responsibility is train your clients, do a good job, and and that's it. Whereas me, it's like train my client, do a good job, deal with this guy who doesn't want to train his client, and then here comes this big fat rent at the end of the month. Like if I take a vacation, I don't make money, but I have to pay rent. Whereas if I take a vacation and I don't rent a gym, then it's just time where I'm not making money, not spending it.
Right.
So I think I've come to a point in my career where I accepted that I'm the business, and so I'm taking this to Europe as of me, taking it to Europe fairly soon, before next year.
Oh, okay. So you're closing up everything in Japan?
This is going to be passed on to my business partner, hopefully, and he has good plans for it, and he has now enough experience that he's seen the traps of trainers, and he knows how to get good trainers, and so it's easier now. So I think he'll be able to handle it. So Gravity X will exist, just different management, and I'll be doing my thing in Europe.
Amazing. Is it okay if we put this on?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Amazing. So you started from Europe, you moved to US.
Yeah.
You randomly end up in Tokyo,
Yep.
which had to grow on you.
Yeah.
And then you've been here for quite a long time.
Very long time.
Couple of
12, 13, maybe going
like
14. I don't know. I lost track. Yeah,
right?
I lost track of it. Definitely more than a decade.
More than a decade, even. And now you're ready for your next journey.
Yeah.
So where is your path taking you now?
So right now it looks like Italy. I may have a very good job opportunity in Italy.
In Italy.
That's why it's also not random.
Right.
Eventually, that clientele I got, people were, so I have those clients, the Italian clients who have a hard time finding people reliable in this industry. Apparently, it's a prime in Italy and London too. So they've been discussing me going over there, and I've been floating the idea that I want to leave Japan for a while because I want to be closer to my parents, who are not getting any younger. So, and I have sisters with kids and all that, and I feel like I missed enough of that. So I've been wanting to go back, and so it just kind of like the universe was kind of
putting everything
together, and it's like, hey, here's that client. It's like, listen, I heard you want to go to Europe. We need someone.
That's amazing.
So I'm waiting to hear from that. If not, I have people in Switzerland also who'd like me to come to Switzerland. So it's either Italy or Switzerland. Cool. Knock on wood for Italy, because I like the food. But they're both good, and they're both close enough to my parents in Grenoble. Because I'm south of France, so Italy, Switzerland, very close.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be missing you in Tokyo, though.
Obviously, I'll miss Tokyo a whole lot. And Japan, especially. I love Japan. I love the south of Japan and all that. So yeah, it'll be hard to close that chapter, but it's super exciting too.
Do you see yourself like coming back to Japan?
Yeah, for visits.
From time to time.
For visits. Yeah, and it happens that those clients come to Japan a lot, and I might need to travel with them for training.
Oh, that would be amazing, right?
Yeah. So I win everything.
Whew.
Yeah.
So you becoming like a celebrity trainer now?
I wouldn't call it that. I just a very, very lucky trainer. Very lucky.
But that's very. Yeah. I mean, I think because like I really enjoy talking to you, and I'm pretty sure like everyone who talks to you enjoys talking to them.
I hope so.
And I think that's your charming personality, something which is kind of like a magnet, collects people around you.
Yeah.
So, and once like you will truly like someone, you will recommend them to other people, right?
Absolutely.
So I think in your industry particularly, that skill is very important to be, in a good meaning, likable.
Yeah.
Do you think anything you did help you to be more likable person? Or it's just naturally comes to you?
It was naturally.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's my empathy is very strong, and I'm able to put myself in people's shoes quite well.
So primary idea is you have to genuinely like people.
Yes.
To be likable in return.
Exactly.
To put it in a very simple way, right?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess birthright. I guess I had this from the beginning. So yeah, I'm lucky.
Cool. One thing I wanted to talk is like one or two more topics, if you don't mind. So you have experience working with very international community here
Yes.
in Japan, and you also, of course, have experience working with Japanese
Yes.
clients as well. Do you see there's any different behavior patterns between two? Like, do they expect different things from you? Like, how was your experience in general?
Well, one thing I want to stress is that Tokyo is so different
Oh yeah,
than Japan.
that's so true though.
So giving the commenting on my clientele is commenting on Tokyo only,
That makes sense.
not
That's
Japan.
fair,
And Tokyo, that's why it's a very touchy one, because one thing I've noticed, but I discovered later on that's a Tokyo thing. They scare more easy when you come in the gym. You've seen my gym with the Hulk and the equipment is pretty hardcore. And so they tend to be a little more intimidated by the coming of gym. A lot of them high express like, oh, I saw online, but I didn't think it was for me because that looked just too hardcore. I discovered later that's a Tokyo thing. Because people from like just Kanagawa, Kawasaki, or anywhere don't get intimidated the same way.
Where do you think it comes from? Like, that's very interesting.
I think Tokyo is a very unusual capital.
Oh,
if you think
elaborate?
if you think how Tokyo operates, it's very almost extremely conservative compared to the rest of Japan.
That's true.
And usually in countries it goes the other way around, they're a little more open-minded in big cities. And if you like Tokyo is the opposite. I think Tokyo can be, for most people, a very alienating city. Like you're surrounded with so many people, yet you're alone.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people who come to Tokyo, their family is somewhere else in Japan, and it's like, who do you know? It's something I've noticed a lot in Tokyo. It's like, oh, so what do you like in Tokyo? I don't know. I don't really do anything. And so I can't really speak for Japanese people in the sense like how are they in fitness? Because when I go to Okinawa, for example, I go to Okinawa and I go to gyms and all that, the vibe is completely different. Those dudes are not intimidated by anything. They're just coming in, do their workout.
Just do their thing, right?
Yeah. So I can't really comment on this, but my experience with Tokyo is Tokyo people, Tokyo Jin, I don't know what you call that,
Tokyo Jin.
are more
conservative
and more held back.
Held back, right?
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Whereas foreigners, they come and it's like, oh, cool, Red Hulk. Oh, wow, that looks hardcore. Let's go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But in terms of like what they're expecting at the end of the day, did you see any difference, or it's just at the end of the day everyone wants the same thing?
Everyone wants the same thing.
So it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Again, see, that's the thing. We're all different when they come in. When it comes to the workout,
it's the same.
The great equalizer. Everybody's having a tough time.
I love it.
That's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think Tokyo is famous for alienating people in general.
I think so.
Yeah, so I think it might be coming from there.
Yeah.
Like everyone is just by themselves.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And as you say earlier, I also miss random talks. You know, like it will be very strange if I come up to someone in a supermarket and start talking to them. They might probably not reply to me. Or freak out. But in US or like Europe, it's pretty common.
Normal.
Like, back home it's also like you just talk with the random people.
But again, we should stress it's a Tokyo thing, because when you travel,
if I go to countryside, it's a little bit different.
The prime is I hear a lot of people talk about Japan, and that's what they explain about Japan. It's like, well, in Tokyo, yes, but if I go down the countryside and talk to someone in the supermarket,
no, they'll be very happy to talk to you.
We chat. It's nothing like Tokyo. I think it's just people keep to themselves here.
Yeah. And that kind of makes sense. All right, thanks. And the last but not the least. Now that we have a fitness expert, can you give us a little bit of tips for all of us who cannot motivate ourselves? How to stay on track with our fitness goals?
Make a real commitment. In like it's an unbreakable commitment. It's find the times you can work out. Let's say it's Saturday and Wednesday. You can work out. From this moment forward, unless catastrophe happen, This is your time. It doesn't matter if somebody, oh, we'll go out, let's watch a movie, it just came out, oh, there's this concert, or, you know, or you know, I'll schedule some work meeting. You have to make this a priority. The truth is about working out, it's just, if you do 2 hours a week, if you divide this 2 hours in the percentage of your awake time, it ends up being so little.
Yeah.
And the truth is, everybody can find 2 hours.
I agree.
But if you wait for the proper day, so, oh, you know what, I'll wait for that day where I have no meeting or I have no plans, and then it never comes. There's always something. There's always something. This is, especially in Tokyo, there's always something you need to do. So find 2 times and religiously accept that this is forever, those 2 times. Except, you know, obviously you don't need to train every 2 months. You can take a week off, it's no problem. But make those 2 times your priority.
Like a holy grail of training. You just block the time, basically, right?
Well, just see it as your survival. Because when you're going to turn 50 or 60, you're going to pay for not doing it. I promise you will pay for it. So maybe people need to worry more about their future. You know, people, it's like, my retirement plan, I need to do this, which is super important.
Right.
But again, if your health goes down the drain, your retirement plan
Doesn't
can
matter how much
take a
money you
hike,
have.
because
Exactly.
you're gonna be in a bed. I feel horrible every time I get up. My back hurts. I don't want to see anyone. It will affect you, and it will affect. There's tons of studies that show that people who have like stronger muscle leg as they get older remain more social than people that don't, because once your leg starts to flinch and all that, you're less likely to, you know, a friend calls you over, oh, let's go, we're gonna go see this play, and my knee hurts, I don't want to go. So, and you end up socially disconnecting from people. So the impact of you not choosing to do those 2 hours, again, if someone can calculate what percentage of your awake hours in a week that is, I'm pretty sure it's tiny.
Right.
That impact for such a low investment is huge. And all you have to do is give 2 hours of your time to you and to your future self, which is crazy. People don't find it.
2 hours.
2 hours
for yourself
is nothing.
I think we all can do it.
It's nothing. You know, that's it. It's not, you don't need to work 8 hours a day, and, you know, unless you want to be like a huge bodybuilder, like you just
most of us don't want to.
You want to be healthy. You want to be able to go for a walk. If you're a parent, you want to be able to run with your kid and all that. And 2 hours is all it takes to do that. That's it. Easy
That's
peasy.
the mantra we need to learn.
That's right.
It only takes 2 hours.
It only takes 2 hours.
If you say 2 hours, it sounds easier, I think.
It is easy.
Yeah.
Like people, that's another thing. People tend to go hard all the way.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm going to join a gym. So they go in and they train 6 days a week. And guess what? Their body can't take it. They're tired as hell. 2 months later, it's like, oh, I'm injured
done.
here.
Right.
I just hurt here. Yeah, you put yourself through a beating that you weren't prepared for.
Right.
And then they quit.
Yeah.
Just start slow. Even if you do 1 hour at the beginning, you were doing 0 before.
Yeah,
so you're 100% doing more than what you did
that's
before.
That's really good, right?
So do that.
You already
start slow.
like double. I mean, not double, like 100% more. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it.
That's an issue I often come with clients, because I do have clients who come in and they're pumped up. I don't want to train, and then they do 2 weeks when they train hard, and then I don't see them for a month. And again, because I'm in a place of comfort, I tell him, listen, I don't think you should renew your session. Oh, why? Is there a prime between the two of us? No, I love you. That's why I'm telling you.
Right.
Those weeks that you trained, that was just money you give me for nothing. And it was time you wasted for nothing. I'd rather you do 1 hour a week and keep it going for the next 3 months than I see you and you do 10 hours in 2 weeks and then I don't see you for 3 months.
So consistency, right?
Consistency is the key. So if your consistency means to be low, to be consistent, still better than 0.
I like it.
Yeah. So that's my advice.
I think that we all can try to do.
Yeah. Your body is the only constant. It'll carry you through your whole life. Take care of it.
That's one thing we cannot change.
It's the one thing you can't change. And it's the one thing you'll pay for it.
Actually.
Yeah.
So it always comes to your mind.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. So if you spend 1 hour cleaning your car every week and you're not training, you're crazy. because your car is not staying.
That's very powerful words. And on that note, I'd like to say thanks again to
That was
Bryce.
pleasure.
Visiting our podcast today. I'm very happy to hear about your new challenge coming. Wishing you all the luck. And everyone who is looking for the serious, consistent, professional workout, please reach out to the Gravity X gym in Omotesando. And we are looking forward to see you on our next podcast. Thank you.
Any plugs?
No, I'm going to Europe, so the plug is me.
Yeah, that's true.
Follow me. If you're in Europe, I'm going to Europe. That's it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good enough, right? All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.